to participate in the inaugural West Coast MarbleCross, starting with the Oakwood Triple Crown. A beautiful track, split into two sectors. First one is quite windy. Second one, a couple of curves and a nice straight. With a little bit of a bump there. Mess things up for the marbles. Give them some airtime, possibly. The Triple Crown will proceed in 3 qualifiers, 21 marbles, 7 riders each heat. After the 3 heats of 5 minutes each, the top 4 will advance, followed by 5 and 6 going to the last chance qualifier, where 2 will advance from that, and then the main event will begin. This is qualifier round 1. Each of the 7 teams have sent a marble to give their best effort here in the first heat. They're counting down and readying up here for the marbles to begin their race. While we're waiting, I remind you this production was created by Dustin Martin and will be broadcast and covered by Marble Sports Worldwide. And the race has begun. Sandstorm out into the lead right through the beginning, wanting to be the first one to qualify and solidify her place in the top from the beginning. Sandstorm is from Team Landstrike, a powerful team based off firepower, strength, maybe a little stealth in there as well. Followed by McIntosh at this point. McCaw right behind, try to get past him there. No luck. Trying to stay in his inside line, a little collision from McCaw and McIntosh, and McCaw still stays in 3rd. Following McCaw is Orion in 4th from Team Space Invaders. Milky Way, a little bit of trivia here, was supposed to be a part of Team Space Invaders but could not make it. So it will be, I believe, Orion or Nebula was the one to take his place. Let's go back to the race here, see how things are going. Sandstorm still in the lead, followed by Orion, who has jumped into 4th place. Take a look at McCaw up there as well. McIntosh is in danger of losing his qualifying spot, down in 4th. And Thing from the Green Monsters is certainly trying to challenge him up there. Right now, Sunny is the only one who's in jeopardy right now, not even making it to the last chance qualifiers if she fails here. But as I say that, she jumps up into 6th place past Frosty, and now Frosty is in the hot seat. As you can see in the top left on the scorecard, highlighted in red, number 7. No chance even for a last chance qualifiers if you finish 7th. Frosty not wanting to let his team down though. Open Sea Racing, where Frosty comes from, representing the times where the ocean gets a little bit chilly out there. A couple icebergs into the mix, and sure, towards the poles, and Frosty is bringing that coldness with him to the track. Would give him a victory, I don't know, but let's jump back to the front. Orion is up into 1st place now. We're about halfway through the first heat, followed by McIntosh, McCaw, and Sandstorm, who started out very strong and now is in danger of dropping to the last chance qualifier spots. You don't want to get out of the top 4. You don't want to move to the yellow category. Now let's see how the race will progress. Orion away out in front of McIntosh here. Sandstorm now getting pursued by Thing, who's been stuck in 5th the whole race. Thing just on her tail, but not able to make the passing right there. Not a bad move, but it didn't result in anything. Poor Thing. Orion comes out of the elevator in front yet again. Now extending that lead to a good couple of track lengths, couple of track pieces, now 3. But it is only about getting in the top 4. Thing has moved up into 4th and grabbed that qualifying position from Sandstorm. Head to the 2nd sector here. Thing is slowing down a little bit at that one curve, but holds through on the bump. They'll stay up in 4th. Elevator, the great opportunity for these marbles to rest. Certainly gets tiring out there on the course, but it definitely allows the marbles to catch up with one another a little bit. McIntosh out into the lead into second place, and McCaw right behind him on his tail, and Thing will pass and take third place, but then lose it right again as he slams into the barrier, moving along the wall. Definitely a wild race for Thing and the Green Monsters. But as long as he can continue to be in the top 4, he will hold through and make his team proud. Orion getting pressured by McIntosh. They move through these couple of curves. McIntosh on the inside line drove Orion into the right barrier, but no luck for McIntosh. I mean, at this point, he's just going for bragging rights, trying to take that top 1 spot, just to show that he's out there to win. 11 seconds on the clock, so this will be the last lap, unless this lap is finished before that timer runs out. Orion still in the lead, followed by McIntosh, Thing, and McCaw, who has just moved up into third. And it looks like Sandstorm, who's in our 5th spot, is way behind this group of 4, and will probably not be able to catch up. I believe this is the final lap coming here. Timer ended, and we will get that +1 lap, so a little bit more chance for any marbles in the back to change placements. Frosty is struggling back there, still in 7th. And might lose it out for the Open Sea Racing here in the first heat. Other heats, though, will give these marbles an opportunity, give these teams an opportunity to qualify in different ways, but Open Sea Racing looks like they will not prevail here in race 1, in heat 1. As they head around to the finish line here. McIntosh will take first place, but really the top 4 is what matters. McIntosh, Orion in the top 2, McCaw and Thing in the top 4. And there you have it, the top 4 moving on. Sandstorm and Sunny, you'll see them in the last chance qualifiers, and Frosty, unfortunately, is out for the Oakwood Triple Crown. And now it's time to jump into Heat 2 and get our next group of 4 to qualify. You can see the podium there, accommodating 7 marbles. There's a notice about Milky Way, who has been disqualified. Some technical failures. And as I mentioned before, Nebula will come in as the replacement for the Space Invaders. We head to the qualifiers, round 2, heat 2. Nebula, Gunpowder, Gross Michael, Canary, all there. See another marble from each one of these teams as we started up here. A beautiful track here at the Oakwood Triple Crown. An amazing job. You can see some of the spectators below near the podium, wanting to get a glimpse of the starting gate, and they're off. A little bit of chaos there through the fenced area, and Canary pulls out into the lead, followed by Lifesaver, Kraken, and Gross Michael to round out the Type 4. Nebula in 5th place, pursuing Gross Michael, trying to move his way into a qualifying spot early in the race. And Frankenstein will take up 6th, followed by Gunpowder from Team Landstrike. Lifesaver from Beach Bums is out here in the first, trying to win the first race as well as qualify just for posterity. Into Sector 2 here in the second lap, and Lifesaver is still holding that lead. Kraken in 3rd place. We up into first now. Kraken slow out of the fenced area, followed by Canary and Lifesaver. Nebula has jumped to 4th place here and is now holding a qualifying spot. Some movement from Nebula behind Lifesaver, but no passage there. Tried to get around him, a little bit of a collision from behind, but only served to push him forward. Defense Canaria again through the starting gates, and it is still Kraken out in front. Not a big lead though. Canary is gaining on him, and Kraken could be in some jeopardy if he doesn't keep up the speed. Lifesaver. Length behind Canary, but loses out as he deflects off the barrier in the transition of the sectors at the yellow ground, the yellow course. It's like green or yellow, either way. Lifesaver had some trouble there, and he missed out on a great opportunity to pass Canary. Gunpowder still sitting down in 7th, so he's on the chopping block here in Heat 2. Whereas Michael, who had started with an exceptional race so far, has now dropped to 6th, sitting in the last chance qualifiers position. Just keep an eye on these marbles as they run. If they're in the top 4, they are clear for the real race. Kraken now extending the lead, and Canary trying to hold off Lifesaver as they slow down. A couple collisions there through that one curve. And Canary have all he can do to keep his lead in front. Lifesaver now right on him. A marble length in front, passes him for a second and loses out through the bump. And Canary is going to be back on top. Lifesaver had a split second of second place to feel. He wasn't able to hold on. Nebula kind of in his own world out there in 4th place. But Frankenstein comes for a challenge. Nebula streaks out in front and holds by a few centimeters. We'll have to keep an eye on how they're doing. Frankenstein still pursuing him. No chance for a passing though. And look at Gunpowder. A disappointing race for him. Well behind the other marbles in this race. Kraken is way out in front now, and it seems that he will hold the qualifier. Still a minute left to go here. The chances for things to change. But Kraken is not showing any sign of slowing down. The gap between Canary and Lifesaver has increased a couple meters at this point, and Nebula still in his own little world there in 4th place. Really keep an eye on Nebula. A pass there will give Frankenstein the qualifying opportunity. Nebula now makes some moves up towards 3rd place. Trying to gain on Lifesaver here, who has his own problems to deal with as Canary just continues to hold him off. Here we go, they're closing the gap again. Lifesaver through the bump. A little collision with Canary, but I don't think he was able to get around. We'll have to see how they come out of the elevator. And Lifesaver will grab Canary's spot in 2nd place as Canary gets hung up on the side of the wall. And Lifesaver takes advantage of that opportunity. This is a great opportunity for marbles to practice their in-race technique. Yeah, it's just the qualifiers. But practice is the best. Nebula also took advantage of Canary's pickup there and is able to grab 3rd place. Kind of secure his spot a little bit more. Kraken way out into the lead still here for the Open Sea Racing, who failed in the 1st heat and now comes back real strong in the 2nd heat. But eyes are on that 4th place spot. Lifesaver loses out 2nd place to Nebula, who has advanced the place. Just as much qualified as Lifesaver as they will come across here, but hey, you know what? Finishing in 2nd, you feel like you're putting a little more effort in out there. And Frankenstein and Graz Michael will come in 5th and 6th. And we'll head to the last chance qualifiers to try to do something for their teams. Gunpowder comes in 7th and is chopped off. And will not be able to participate anymore in the Oakwood Triple Crown in the 1st round of the West Coast MarbleCross. Kraken, Nebula, Lifesaver, Canary to rattle off the top 4 once more. They will be qualified. You can see them right there. we have one more heat to go before the last chance qualifiers in the next video. Thank you for joining us here for the first inaugural Oakwood Triple Crown. We will see you next time to continue the qualifiers and then eventually head right to the main race to decide which team will start off this season on a good footing and in first place.